I was one of the youngest people in Chester to prescribe methadone ampules, then you injected them. On doctor's records, about 7 or 8 overdoses. 2 really bad ones was intensive care. I used to inject in my groin, my arms. You know, I was a mess, but 19 years I was on that path, in and out of prison. I was using to hide stuff, you know. I just couldn't deal with life, like, I just couldn't face it. I'd get up in the morning, I'd see daylight come through the windows and I'd cringe. I thought, oh no, the loneliness, the horrible feeling I felt that I've got to go out now robbing. I got to rehab, yeah, and I wanted it. I knew I wanted it, but deep down, I wanted to get clean, but I had this fear that I didn't know what life was like without drugs. I'd look in the mirror, look like someone out of a horror movie, and I'd like think, why do I want to get clean? Why look stay in me? What's the point? February the 5th, nearly 7 years clean. That's nothing like not such to think. Life feels so easy now. It's like, I know it sounds stupid, like, when I have problems, it's nothing. My brain, I was in detox and the key worker was saying something to me. And I went, oh fuck off, you're trying to brainwash me. And he went, don't your fucking brain need washing? Getting where I am today is by being honest and vulnerable and telling people how I feel, you know, because when I was on drugs I didn't know how to show love. Because I felt like shit about myself, I'd put you down and want to make your life shit, do you know what I mean? And then since I got clean, I just try and show as much love, like my grandson, my world, my grandkids. I've got step-grandkids as well, all love like me own. I believe that true, real men cry. When I got clean, it was important. I went to NA and they said gratitude is the key. And now I get it. Once I was driving my grandson back home to my daughter's and I was just watching him through the mirror at night time. I was just watching his little face through the mirror. And he's sucking on his dummy. I'm driving him back and I just started crying. I thought I've been given a second chance. I've got my little grandson now and I watch him grow up. And I could just feel it like all coming out.
Hello, I'm Ed and I'd like to welcome you to our podcast series, Tackling It Together, brought to you by Little Blackbird, where we will be having open, honest and important conversations with some inspirational guests. Hello, welcome back to the Little Blackbird Tackling It Together podcast. We're at a boxing gym in Saltley and we're here with Darrel. Darrel, how's it going?
Well, like me, good, thanks, very good, yeah.
Thanks for your time. You might be able to hear there's a session going on in the background. This is proper boxing territory. So thanks for your time and thanks for agreeing to do this podcast conversation. One thing I always kind of ask, we don't know, I know you through my plumber that's just done my bathroom and he said, I've listened to your podcast, you need to speak to Darrel.
That's what he said?
That's what he said.
Big Matty, top lad.
Now you've watched some of the podcasts, but one, why did you say yes to doing the conversation and why do you think the likes of Matty and other people in the area are saying speak to Darrel?
First thing, experience, you know, I've been through it and I'm on the other side now and I think that's why, I think because I'm from.
So take us back, because I know you're going to give us a perspective of being recovery, alcohol and substance misuse, rehab, fallen back on, and I know you spoke very openly about boxing and the role that this place specifically has played in your recovery, in your life. So you've got a really unique experience that will resonate with a lot of people. So take us back into the past. When did things start to get a little bit rocky for you?
Do you know what? To be honest, mate, I hear people saying, you know, in NA meetings, they had a bad childhood, this and that, they were abused, and that's why they used. There was none of that for me. I had a good childhood. You know, I had everything I wanted at Christmas, good mum and dad, still together now. But I just got him, I don't know what it was, I was always attracted with the naughty stuff. I can remember someone, like a family member, smoking like weed in the house, and I was only young, maybe 10 or I don't know how old I was, but I can remember seeing them sprinkle it in and thinking, I wonder what that's like, do you know what I mean? I was always attracted to the bad stuff. And I think that's where, you know, my thinking started going. And then, like I say, it's when I got expelled from school. I was 15, I got expelled from school, and I started hanging around with a family member that was using, he was an heroin addict, and I was looked up to him. Because you don't, I think 13, 14, 15 is a very important age. For me, I was looking up to the wrong people. You're looking up for a role model, and for me, it was a totally wrong person. Because people say he was at that impressive age. People say he could fight, and before he got on the drugs, he was a good thief, all that carry on. And I was just attracted to it, like a fool. And I just started getting around them wrong people. I tried heroin when I was 15, didn't like it the first time, spewed up. And then a few weeks later, this person said to me, have another go, you might like it. Tried it, and loved it, and I never looked back then. I was just using. It just progressed within weeks. I was injecting. I was one of the youngest people in Chester to prescribe methadone ampules, then you injected them.
Right.
So I was like coming home, like, you know, like 15 old. It was mad because I had my nephew working with me. He boxes here, I got him into boxing, he's like a son to me. Right. And I'm sat there driving, and I look at him, and he's just like a little kid. He's 15 now. And I was just looked at him and thinking, I was sticking needles in my arm at that age. And do you know what I mean? It was sad, and I started bringing it back to how my mum was feeling. I mean, little kid, like, I was still a kid. She found me dead in bed and everything, my mum. So, just grateful. I just drive around this all the time. I can drive and I can cry with joy, because where I am today, you know, the life I've got, and I'm still here. I know people, good mates that are dead, one overdose, dead. And I've had, I'm not just saying, on doctor's records, about 7 or 8 overdoses, 2 really bad ones where it's intensive care. Timeless time they've been brought round in flats, you know, and I'm still here. So God wants me here for a reason, and I do believe that. I never used to believe in all that higher power shit, but I do today. I believe there's good and evil, and you know what I mean, so.
When did you start believing in that higher power or that spiritual side?
When I got clean, when I was in rehab, and people saying stuff to me, and I was like, and I don't know, things that had happened to me and the things I've got over, I think there's something there, you know, there's something like that wants me here. That's when I started believing I'm here for a reason, you know, and I believe because I'm a good person. Even though I was on drugs, I was liked, and I was saying I'm not perfect, you know, I've done some bad things, but I was nice though as well. I had a heart, you know what I mean, and I think that's why still a lot of people never give up on me, because there was something about me that they liked, do you know what I mean? And I am a good person, and I think that's what's got me where I am today. But yeah.
Well, I've spoke to a few people, and no one's got nothing but admiration. And we were talking before. How old are you now?
43, 44 New Year's Day.
And how long have you been clean?
7 years, February the 5th. And that's nothing like not touched a thing. Just pre-workout, that's as much as I've had.
And we were saying before, I don't know what the percentages are, but I would imagine it's quite low in terms of people that will late 30s, mid to late 30s, turn it around.
Yeah.
You said before that, what was your belief that if you got to 40?
Yeah, that's what I thought. If I'm still on it when I was 40, I can remember saying to someone using, you know, smoking crack in a flat, and said, if I'm still on this when I'm 40, I'll be on it forever. And I just didn't want it. You know what? I'd get up in the morning, I'd see daylight come through the windows, and I'd cringe. I thought, no, the loneliness, the horrible feeling I felt that I've got to go out now robbing. I've got to mither me miss, take me to the chemist now, just being horrible, all that carry on, upsetting me mum, and it was just, I was rock bottom. And I'd have to go out and get money, and it just, in the end, it was something like, I was finished, but I just needed the help. I just needed like a rehab, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was a horrible feeling. And I just knew that I wanted to get off it. But I used to see like families going out for family days out with the kids, and I just craved it. That's all I wanted, you know. And I've got it. That's why I've got it now, and that's why I'm grateful for it. Because when I was lonely and just seeing people doing nice things, holidays, going out for Christmas, because I felt that isolated and lonely. Even though I had people around me, that's how I felt inside. And I just craved the family and just to do nice things and just be a normal man. And I don't care who you are, how tough you think you are, this and that. Everyone wants that deep down. Everyone wants that deep down. So now I've got all that, and I'm blessed, and that's why I'm always grateful, you know. And that's why I want to help people as much as I can, because there's a life out there.
Yeah.
You know, there really is.
So if you go back, because you said before, you would look at your upbringing, you mentioned your mum, your family, you had it all around you. So if trauma wasn't the trigger to the drugs, what looking back now with a rational mind, What was it that the drugs was doing for you? Because it's naturally a mask, isn't it? It's masking stuff.
Well,
But
do you know what? When I got into it, I'll be honest, I loved the feeling it gave me. Tried that out and it was like wrapped. Do you imagine like winning the lottery? That feeling, that's all I can explain. It's like the oversensing well-being, like everything's going to be all right. I'm set up here for, like, you know what I mean? That's how it felt, just to give me confidence at first, you know what I mean? But in the end, after using it, I was just shattered, broken man, that's how I felt inside. Missed out, like, just see me kids in the street and it was just like no connection and just my family. It was, but it masked a lot of things. I couldn't deal with life, like I couldn't open a letter or anything. Like I just wanted to get off my head, like I just couldn't. I hated myself, I despised myself. That's why I used to, like, I'd look in the mirror, I was messed, like 10 stone, just looked like someone out of an horror movie, and I'd like think, why do I want to get clean? Why look at the state of me? What's the point? And because I felt that shit, I just want to get off my head, tablets, anything, just to fall asleep. That's all I wanted every day, just to fall asleep, day after day, because I was just empty. That's how I felt. And like today, I go to the gym, I look after myself, I don't drink, I take pride in the appearance. And my mates say, you love yourself. I say, fucking right, I love myself, because I know what it's like to despise myself. I know what it's like, so now I do take pride and I love it, yeah. So, yeah, but just that loneliness was horrible.
how important is that? Like loving yourself, respecting yourself,
It's massive.
giving yourself a pat on the back when you need that.
It's
I
massive.
don't think people do that enough
No,
these
they don't.
days.
Just like, I had people take a piss out of me on bad for attention seeking. That's part of like the addiction. Like I'm an addict. Yeah, I might have stopped the drugs, but I'm addicted in other areas. Like me training, I took that to. I'm extreme at that. I get up 5 o'clock every day, go training, do all that, and then I can self-seek attention on Facebook and put a picture on and just, do you know what I mean? Because it makes you feel good. You get like, you know what I mean? I know it sounds stupid, but it's feeding something that the gratification it gives me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my missus takes a piss out of me. He really goes again, like put down the banter, and that's ripped with the back out of me. But and my brothers and that. But yeah, but it's good humour. I'd rather me just doing that than causing a heartache to someone. That's what I mean. It's just family piss taking that. But yeah, it's massively important to feel good about yourself, because when I felt shit, I just wanted to use to bury everything. But now I feel good. I'm now going to the gym and trying to look good and feeling healthy. It's massive. I used to inject in my groin, my arms. I was a mess, but today I take pride in my body. I like to feel healthy, fit, eat as healthy as I can through the week anyway. And yeah, it's massive.
So, take us back to, because I said before, I've worked in prisons for a few years, and the amount of times that I've heard people just say, and in my experience, it was the people in the 40s and the 50s that were just on that cycle of, I can clearly see the cycle now. I'll go back, I'll be there, I'll hang around that person, I'll be back here within a month or 2 months' time. What enabled you to get off that cycle? What were your triggers looking back now, or your moments where you thought,
get clean and get off it?
Yeah, to break that cycle.
That's what I mean. Like I said, I got to rehab, yeah, and I wanted it. I knew I wanted it, but deep down, I wanted to get clean. But I had this fear. I didn't know what life was like without drugs. That anxiety, the fear. Do you know what I mean? I got clean. I think, what's now? Am I going to do it? The doubt was there. Am I going to break my mum's heart again, my missus' heart, the kids? Do you know what I mean? It was just that fear of anxiety. And to be honest, when I got out of rehab, went and see my key worker Mandy, and it's gone upstairs, and she said, because I think I was having a drink, I thought, that's it, I'm off the drugs now, I'm drinking. And she said, you know you can't drink, don't you? Not that you can't, but you shouldn't drink. And she said, because you'll just relapse. Look, every time you got out, you go on the brew, had a drink, you're back on the coke. And I come outside to my missus and said, fucking hell, I'm saying I can't fucking drink, like a little kid, inspired me ass. And then she said, you want to be fucking grateful that, can I swear, yeah?
Of course,
you want to be fucking grateful that you've got a life and you've been given a chance, you just spent money on you. And I thought, you know what, just boom, she hit me home straight away. I thought, she's right. And she said, you know what, I won't drink now to support with you. And she's never touched the drink since. So both done it, like, she's never had a problem, but we've both done it together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good people by you that you need.
Well, that's interesting, that. So her doing that, you said before, maybe you hadn't had the right people by you.
Yeah.
The role models that were not the people you should have been around. What did that demonstrate to you when she said, I'll do it with you?
Just support, that they're with you for you, you know what I mean? And she stood by me through everything as well. She didn't use, and and I was a cunt, like, take me shoplifting. I was horrible on the drugs, I was vile, I weren't, like, do you know what I mean? I was like, my way or nothing, and I was just horrible. Because I felt that shit about myself, I'd put you down and want to make your life shit, do you know what I mean? But tell you what, mate, I suffered for it when I got clean, because them emotions, when I was going through my cold turkey, and oh, it was horrendous. All that guilt come back. It's like a bottle of pop getting shook, and just everything just comes up to the surface, you know. But yeah, and I used to like, that's every time I used to use as well, to try and get clean, and the guilt, I'd always keep me on it. But you know what, always I thought, you know, all I can do now is get clean and give them the best life I can. So that's why I go to work. I'm a good man. I try my best every day. I'm not perfect. I've got fucking loads of faults, you know. I'm not going to sit and say I'm perfect, because I'm far from it. But I try my best on a daily basis, you know. And I tried. You know, my important things I've gotten through life is manners, good manners, and just be nice and loving. Yeah. And the main thing, because when I was on drugs, I didn't know how to show love. And then since I got clean, I just try and show as much love. Like my grandson, my world, my grandkids. I've got step-grandkids as well, who I love like my own. I'm just very, very family and orientated now. Like I said, that's all I craved when I was lonely on the drugs, and now I've got it, and I'm grateful for it. And you know, and I've realised that's the only pain. I used to always worry what people thought about me. I'd always worry about what people thought about me that wasn't important, and then hurt the people that did love me, like my family. Now it's on a 360 where I couldn't give a fuck what they think anymore. That are not important to me. It's just I care what my good friends think of me and my family. And that's all that counts now, yeah. So I've had a good, my brain, I was in detox, and the key worker was saying something to me. And I went, oh, fuck off, you're trying to brainwash me. And he went, don't your fucking brain need washing? And he fucking did, it did. Yeah, my brain's been washed, that's cleansed, that's what it feels. And my thinking now is so switched on. And it's, yeah, it was right, it always sticks with me, that.
So what was your recovery like then? Because we know that it doesn't always happen first time in rehab. How was your journey?
On my rehab, I went to rehab when I was 16, but then the funding ran out, and I went to court from there, and I got prison, so that didn't really go down. I was too young, I don't think I was ready. I just started on that drug journey, you know. But this time, like I say, it's called, my mate took me to NA as soon as I got out, and I was sat there and hearing God and this and that, and I was like, fucking hell, this. And then, but I just kept coming, because I seen it in the rooms. I don't know what it was. People saying I'm 20 years clean, this and that, and I haven't used for 20 years. I'm like, fucking what? And like, so I just kept going, and I remember getting a keyring, and I remember saying 6 months you get a blue keyring, and that was my addiction then. It don't sound stupid, I wanted that blue keyring, and I can remember getting it, and then the more months it was going on, I was getting 6 months, 7 months, I was thinking, I can do this. I can live without drugs or drink. I was starting to bleed, you know what I mean? Then I got a year, and then I can remember thinking that they could say when you get your black keyring at multiple years, 2 years, you call it a black belt then. So it's a black keyring, you got your black belt, and just there are little things like that, and it just kept me going. And like I say, I celebrate 7 years in February. Wow. And I celebrate that more than my own birthday. To me, that's most important, you know, so, yeah.
Did you do the 12-step?
12-step, yeah. Yeah, 12-step.
How did you find that?
It was good, yeah. To be honest, I'll be dead honest with you. I'd done my steps up to about number 4, and I didn't get through. I just didn't have time, but yeah, so you don't do your steps, you're going to relapse, and I did start with it. Bollocks, you know. If you really want to use, you'll fucking use them. But I do go to meetings, but at the same time, for me, this has been my recovery. Everyone finds their own way. Everyone does the meetings, which is good, and you know they go, and then but sat in the room for me, it's this open, giving back to the kids, doing something I love. I've got a lot of passion for boxing, and this has helped me loads, you know. And,
so yeah, tell me about boxing. When did boxing start for you? And it sounds like you mentioned addiction there. Would you class yourself as having an addictive personality?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So when I got clean, I started coming here. I thought I'd just start getting fit, and I knew an old schoolmate, Jamie Moss, that coach. He's the head coach here, and I was coming in. I was broken still. I was like, you know, your confidence is shattered, but you're putting an ego on, sitting there, and that was just me. Like, and he's like, I was talking, and I started training. And to be fair to him, he said, "Well, start coaching, helping me the kids." He started showing me coaching with the kids, and but I couldn't. They wouldn't, because of my criminal record. I couldn't really just come in, so they had to fight it. I got knocked back first, and Jamie fought me corner and said, "Listen, this is what boxing gyms are about: helping people, giving him a chance." And so he pushed me, and then I got my coaching badge, and then over the years now I'm a level 2 coach. You know, I run girls' classes. There wasn't one here. I started one of them up. Go out. I got my little nephew boxing since he was 9. He's had 15 fights now. So it's just like my family, this place, you know. And it's not even that. Jamie helped me, got me work when I started. That's what I'm saying. Good people that have helped me. Whose friendships I really value, because when I was on drugs, I had mates when I was younger, before I got on the drugs, but through the drugs I lost them all. And like in that world, there's no mates, just fucking ripping each other off and what you can get out of each other. Do you know what I mean? But since I've got clean, I've got really good friends who I really value, and like, you know, like you love them, like, you know, like I really value. So yeah, I feel lucky, really do. I feel lucky and blessed.
You said before about role models, how it sounds like that family member that you met when you were 15 that started you down that negative path. Now, as a role model, you with that 15-year-old nephew, girls that come here, young kids that come here and they look up to you.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that you are the total opposite to that role model that you experienced when you were 15?
Well, that's it. Yeah, I feel good, because that's, you know, I've got clean, and like I was always loved boxing, and since I was younger, like watching Nigel Benn, watching my dad watch, there's always something about it I loved. And then I got clean, and as you say to my little nephew, well, there's actually a picture in my mum's of doing the pads with him when I was off my head on drugs, and he's like this big, and when I got clean, I said, come on, let's go boxing, and I brought him, and he said he didn't like it at first, but this sounds bad, but I said, listen, if you stop, I said, I might relapse. So I probably put a guilt trip into him, like, poor fucker, come for the first 6 months. He said, I was terrified in case, no, they'd ring him, he come in boxing, even though I was knackered, he said, because I was scared he was going to relapse. Now we take the piss now, he loves it now, he's part of the gym, you know, he's one of the most experienced kids in here. And we have a family, we have a laugh about it now, but, you know, he's like, I think because I missed so much out with my son, my son's like 28 now, I had when I was 15. Love him to bits, but there's like that connection missed that I spent all them years in prison when he was younger. I missed it with him. So like, and he reminds me of him, just, do you know what I mean? So it was like having my son again. So I just got it back them years that I'd lost through him, and that, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was just me and him in the gym and going out for runs and stuff.
It sounds like there's a pattern of like being given a second chance with your son and your grandson, your nephew. There's Mossy, there's those people that are there and they're saying, we'll give you that second chance. And that sounds like that's absolutely pivotal when you're going through recovery, having those people there and those second opportunities, because if you don't have another opportunity to put it right,
there you go. What are you going to do? Yeah, you need people, good people around you who believe in you, and, you know, just to stand your corner and that. And, you know, I do feel lucky, you know, and I feel like there's people out there that probably want to get clean, and then you think, well, what's the point? They've got no one. They're on the streets, they've got no support, no family. And I do get that, you know. And that's why I feel lucky and blessed that even though where I was, I had good family behind me, you know, that never give up. They didn't like me, you know, but my mum and my missus were the main ones that just didn't give up on me. And family members I fell out with, not like fell out, but they were coldish, you know what I mean? But it was understandable, you know. I was causing my mum harm, you know, having a crying, and then so they're seeing that, you get angry, I'd be exactly the same, you know. So yeah, but you know what? Now it's like all that has just never happened, you know. We're that close and just like never. Don't even Mrs. like that sometimes. It's mad to think we went through that, innit? Like everything's so normal. It's like a distant memory. It's like I was like never on the drugs. It's mad.
Does it feel like it was real, or like it's just a bit of a blur, or?
Just, don't know. Like sometimes I like feels like a bit of it, like it wasn't real. They don't even know if it happened. It's just a distant memory because my life's gone that good. It's like wow. Well, like it's sometimes I'll drive down the street, like it's weird in the winter now. The winter nights come in. I was driving down the other day and it was like it just felt wintry and it just reminded me of trying to get drugs now at night time. It's dark and fucking running around, and I just got the horrible shudder through me. I thought, ooh, fuck, I couldn't think of anything worse, no, like. So yeah, there's them times where I'll drive past a flat or an house where I've used, and I'll get the trigger and I'll start thinking about it and I start getting a bit excited for like 30 seconds or a minute. Where that's the difference. I've got a filter where the only thing that stops me using, I'll start thinking and think consequences. I will lose everything I've fucking worked hard for. Where in the past, I hadn't built this life up, so I weren't really at, do you know what I mean?
Right, so
I'd get a trigger and I'm going to score, I'd get the excitement and I'd be off. But this time, I get the trigger, it triggers me off, like I go past the flat where I was smoking crack, whatever, get the excitement because I'm thinking about it, and then I'll filter it. I think, fuck that, mate, I'll lose everything, like my grandson, me missus, me mum, do you know what I mean? I thought, me mates, and you know what, I think, I'd only think if I relapse, I'd be dead. I really think I'd be suicidal. I could not. I haven't got the fight in me. I'm a battler, like I have always have been. Like I don't believe in quitting. You know, I really like. I don't care. There's something inside me that I've got a good fire. But I really think like if I relapse, I'd probably do myself in, because I just don't think I could go through it all again. The thought of losing everything, building so hard. So that's why it scares me as well. It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
You know, keeps me on my toes. And that's why I'm glad it makes me shudder, you know, when I think about using and that. And I can watch programmes of people injecting this and smoking. It doesn't bother me. Where in the past it did. I think when I see it, oof, I couldn't, that life, you know what I mean? Because I've built a good life now and I'm happy and content. And it's massively important. Yeah.
It's mad that, isn't it? Because those second chances and those things that you've built up from getting clean, those relationships, that's your bank, isn't it? That's in your bank account. That's the good stuff. That's what I'm going to lose unless...
That's it, yeah. Recovery bank.
What... accountability. So that word accountability in recovery, what does that mean to you? Like being personally accountable for your behaviour?
For my actions, innit?
Yeah.
Well, being accountable for what I do, yeah. For my actions, yeah. Like if I use, I lose everything. Everything I've worked hard for in the last few years, you know. I just like, you know, just to see my family's faces, just to find out I can see it, you know, what I'm using, or Darrel's used or whatever, and I could just picture it, and that stops me. Just being yeah.
So what would you class as like your non-negotiables now? So a lot of non-negotiables is like definitely not going to go into that area, or I'm not going to compromise my fitness. For you, staying on this path, because you do need to keep working at it. You know that
100%.
It's something that you'll work at every day. So what are your non-negotiables?
Non-negotiables. So like, I'll go out for the Christmas meals now. I'll go out, have food, and as soon as the beers talk starts chatting shit, once you start, I'm off. I'll just I'll just do one because I just can't be arsed with it. Just won't put myself in loud, I don't know, like loud pubs if there's loads. I won't go in, just can't be arsed, triggers and that, non-negotiables. I don't really know. I'm trying to fix it.
Well, what about your fitness? Like you said before about, I was really interested when you said before about addiction, and what role has fitness and boxing played in transferring that addiction as a way from that to, it sounds like you're addicted to this place, you're addicted to the role you've got, you're addicted to your role in the community as people look up to you. So what role has boxing played in you transferring that addiction to put that stuff behind and focus on this?
Yeah, well it's like I say, it was all, everything like I say, when I was using it, it was all negative. The addiction was negative, wasn't it? It was causing me more harm, the prison, you know, the hospitals, the detoxes, everything was so negative. And then when I got clean, got around good people, Mossy, then I met other good people through it. Started training, getting fit. I can remember just being in the gym, running around after 20 minutes, nearly throwing up. Mossy's laughing at me. And then a couple of months after, one of the bags, I'm getting fitter, and he said, "Hey, just imagine if we could get you a fight." I was like, boom, next thing, light bulbs coming on it. I thought, he said, like something off a fucking Rocky movie. You know, where'd I come from? I was like, well, that's it. But it made me train harder. For the next 6 months I was in, wouldn't miss a session, training. And then I got a fight, and then I earned it, and I went down the Welsh Championships. Chucked straight into novices, some fucking kid from Swansea, like hard, tough cunt. But, you know, it was a great fight, it was good. You know, I reckon I won the first round. Second, I just didn't have that fitness. No, in the last round, one of my lungs had just been in it. But no excuses, it was a good, tough fight. And I ended up having 5.
Wow.
5 fights, yeah. But I was fighting kids, so it was hard. You know, there's just losing on fitness.
But if you look back to what you've achieved there, when you look back at what you've achieved, 5 fights, to where you were 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah. Amateur as well, you know, wearing white collars, was boxed and amateur.
Yeah.
I was good, and just weren't fit enough in the last round. But over the years now, like, I was after boxing, so I could only box till I was 41. But, you know, I was grateful I'd done it. I got to do what I always wanted to do from where I was. And then after 41, I couldn't box. I lost a bit of interest. I was getting a bit of a belly, and I was in the gym. I was only training like once a week, and Mossy said to me, "Why don't you come to St David's with me, train in the mornings?" I was like, fucking, that sounds grim, 5 o'clock. But anyway, got used to it, getting up. And then Mossy loves his weights, and it bores me. So anyway, through him, I've met another lad. This is the snowball effect, meeting good people, being around good people. I met my mate Aggie, and then I've started training him, doing full body. He's a machine, all it fit. And then I've been training him now over the year, and then we're doing an IROX together in January. And I love that sort of training, just fit, and you're turning up. I just love it. Just how it gets me. Like this morning, I wake up and I thought, I can't put that foot out the bed, feel like cold. Then I count to 10, just jump up, clothes on, boom, then I'm out. Then as soon as I'm in the gym, I love it. Just love the feeling it gives me.
Hope you're enjoying the episode. If you are, please engage with us on whatever platform you're listening. Leave us a review, rate the show, subscribe, a comment. Please engage with us so that we can keep these podcasts as on point as possible and keep you happy. Take care, all the best, keep smiling. So, High Rocks. So, how are you feeling about the High Rocks? Is it in Manchester?
Manchester, yeah, doubles, yeah, me and mate. But he'll get me through. He's good, he's fit, he does them all the time. It's just like I said, I've done the boxing, I've done the Tough Mudder, done it in October, High Rocks, and then my next is the 10k, then the half marathon. I just want to, little goals all the time, you know, just try different things around fitness, because that's my goal, that's what keeps me going, working and fitness and my family, that's it, that's what drives me.
And why is, when you were saying before about the boxing and your lungs and getting back into it, like in your late 30s, early 40s, it's an hard time to do that, because you naturally have that bit of weight there. And I turned 40 this year, I can relate to that. But pushing yourself physically, really pushing your heart and pushing your heart rate and pushing yourself physically, what does that do for you based on where you've been and the recovery journey that you've been on? Knowing that you can push your body that far, why do you push yourself so much?
Just testing myself, just to make sure, I don't know, just like, for what my body went through on the drugs and the rattle, and that last one was horrendous. It's nothing, you know, and I know it sounds stupid, but life feels so easy now. It's like, I know it sounds stupid, like, when I have problems, it's nothing, you know, like, to how it was, life just feels a breeze. And that's, it might sound a bit like, I don't know, but I just, yeah. But training, pushing myself, I don't know, just testing myself and every day and just see how far I can go. Like, you know, I'm up at 5 o'clock every day training, then I go to work straight from there, and it's a physical, tough job, rendering, up and down ladders with bags on your shoulder, this and that, all day, takes its toll. Then I come home, if I'm lucky, have something to eat, then I'm coaching until about 8, 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes I'm not getting home, it's just winding down, you know, it does take a toll, so some days I do have to have a couple of days off, you know, it does catch up with me.
So you're here every day after work?
Every day. So Monday, I coach the kids, and then I run a girls' class at 8 o'clock. Tuesday, I've started, it was an NA night, but I weren't seeing much any of my family, my missus, my grandkids. So I had that off. So I come straight in from work and chill out, nice bath and that. Chill out, watch telly. Wednesday, coaching. Thursday, coaching. Friday, coaching. And then Saturday, I can't wait for the day off tomorrow, chill day. I want to enjoy it, have a nice bet, watch the footy. And then Sunday I'll go for a run or do IROX training at Warrior. So I have to have like a busy routine. I have to.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I love a little chill, but I'm sitting myself. I feel like if I have a day off when it's raining and I can't work, I feel guilty for lying there. I think I could be doing something. Could be just that urge all the time. I just got to be active. You know.
And what else starts to go on in there when?
Yeah, just
when
don't like
active?
sitting myself sometimes. Sometimes I do, and then just overthinking. Yeah, things you've done, and you know what I mean, and you just start playing, and I like to stay active just to forget about it. Just stay focused all the time. But yeah, that's why, because I don't like sitting myself and things I've done start coming to the surface and that. So.
And it strikes me, obviously, first time we've met, and you're an open book. You can demonstrate vulnerability, which a lot of fellas don't naturally do too well. But when you're here and you're in this masculine kind of environment, you know, fucking testosterone bouncing off the walls, what have you noticed that when you demonstrate vulnerability with people, when you drop your mask and you're open and honest with people, what have you started to see from the fellas, from the young kids that you're training here? What response does that get when you're open, honest and vulnerable with people?
It feels like they can do it, that you get it back, because they feel, oh, if he does it, then it's all right, and then they just start opening up. But, you know, for me, it's like getting where I am today is by being honest and vulnerable and telling people how I feel. You know, you get people like are too scared to like pull a mask down and just be who you are. You know, for like say, I've got no issues of showing my soft side. You know, I'm dead loving and, you know, and really like that sort of person. When you know, see what you see is what you get. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, I can be an arsehole as well, but it's just nice. Like, especially since I got clean, I like to show love, and you know, be a good person. And there's nothing wrong with that, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather that than be a horrible fucking cold-hearted fucker, you know, who no one likes or, you know. So yeah, just I always be honest with the kids and talk, you know, problems, and just be honest and tell them. And it's, honestly, it's got me where I am today. I really believe that.
You could do a film about your life.
People say write a book. Honestly, loads have said documentary or a book or, as you know. Well, I always thought in the back of my head that'll happen. I always get a dream. This is just a dream, fucking pipe dream. But from getting clean and getting my nephew boxing, and he's good. And if he ever went pro and world champion, and then it'd all be for me. So that'd be my claim in my film then or something. That, no, in my head, that's just my little fantasy.
Yeah,
that I hold on to, it keeps me going. So yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that when you see your nephew fighting, whether you're there in his corner or there you're supporting him, what does that do for you with your second chance at life? What does that tell you?
Great, I'm doing something right, isn't it? Like, I don't know, just, yeah, strive, proud, yeah. Just man, I get more nervous when he's boxing when I boxed. Just want to piss. As soon as you go, I just get so nervous, it's mad, yeah. But, yeah.
So, I said to you before that a big driver for our work, and I know I'd told you before that I'd lost a dear friend to suicide just over 2 years ago, and I remember shortly after he died, the percentage, the statistic that is one of my biggest drivers, that 75% of suicides are with boys and men, and I write that down on my book underneath the Tackling It Together podcast. That's a big motivator for me. I've got a 4.5-year-old little boy, 6.5-year-old little girl, and it genuinely terrifies me what the world is going to be like when they're
Older.
15, 16, 17, 18, and their level of accountability and pressure ramps up. And it's a big driver for me to think, how do we change that? So for you, based on the life you've had and the journey you've been on, how do we start to improve, or what needs to change in society or in men for us to try and tackle that horrendous statistic? What needs to be different?
Just getting vulnerable, innit? You know, vulnerable and honest. If you want to cry, get it out. There's no harm in crying. You know, I believe that true, real men cry and show the feelings. I'm not asked, I'm not bothered. Like, if I want to cry, or, you know, I'm very, I can just, like, think of what good things people have done for me. I could cry, like, because I'm grateful and I'm real, you know, and I'm passionate about stuff. You just need to get vulnerable and put, you know, we put these masks on, don't we? We're tough for this and that. Nothing bothers me. But it's bollocks. Deep down, strip that onion away. You know, and we've all got feelings, we've all got heart, haven't we? We just need to get vulnerable and just talk and how you're feeling and stop putting this bravado on it, fucking it. Boys don't cry and stuff. It's bollocks.
You said something before that really resonated with me, that snowball effect. If you were to look back to your 15-year-old self,
Yeah.
before you made that decision to start with heroin or start with drugs, what advice, looking back now, what advice would you give that 15-year-old Darrel?
Just be yourself. Just don't be a sheep. Just, you know, what advice would I give? Yeah, just don't be a sheep. Just do your own thing and just trying to please people. Trying to be something I wasn't, you know. Trying to just be something I wasn't and acting and just be real. Just be who I am now. You know, if I could be put the foundation to the person I am now into that lad, I'd have done well. I'd have done really well. You know, but I just got in the wrong crowd, the wrong mindset, and it just took a bad turn. You know, for 19 years I was on that path, in and out of prison. But to be honest, I think I know it sounds stupid, but I think the prison's a blessing because I've managed to keep me health. You know, people have lost arms, legs through using in really poor health. And then people that I look back on that I used with never went to prison hardly. So they've had them years using. I've had like years where I was in prison. So that kept me healthy, playing footy every day, going to the gym. So I had some sort of fitness, and looked after my body then, and then come out, gone mad for a year or so, and then back in prison. But yeah.
So do you think your stints in prison had a positive impact on your recovery?
Yeah, when I look back at everything in my life that I've done to where I am today, there's a positive in there somewhere. Like, it's your outlook, how you look on anything. So yeah, done years in prison, missed out on so much though with my kids, connection with my son. I wasn't there for him, and that's why it's so important now with my grandson. I just want to be the best granddad I can and give him the best life and memories, because I missed out on it, and he is my world. Like, that's, if I've got 10 minutes in a day, I want to go and see him, his little smile, little things like that. But yeah, there's a positive from everything. So the prison, in that way, I lost a lot. But then, if I looked on the other look, I've stayed healthy through it, and that. So you can say there's pros and cons to everything, I think, just how you look at it. Yeah.
No, I've heard that time and time again, that sometimes people saw prison as a bit of a rehab. It was an opportunity to get focused, healthy. Yeah.
But it's like you said, this is the learning. It's you're around it, so it's what you're hearing. It's the talking about robbing, the crimes, and you ride with your mates, and it's that mindset again. Like, I used to go in but I knew something was changing. Last time I went to Walton, it was like 2017. I knew something was changing inside, because people were like talking about robbing, this and that, and I was just fucking sick of this. I just stayed away from them. And like, they'd come, Dad's coming over, and I knew, I just didn't want it anymore. Something like was changing inside me. And like, I was thinking, what the fuck's up with me? I don't want to do all this anymore. And then, little did I know, I just needed that. It's like an awakening. I just needed that chance, rehab, get clean, and this is the path I'm on now, yeah.
Did that create any conflict with people? Because that's
not really. I just like, like talking. I just distanced myself. I didn't like fucking, I'm not coming. I just distanced myself, and do you know what I mean? And I just knew something's changed inside. Like, I didn't want to be like that anymore.
So what's the difference now in your mindset that you have every single day when you get up, you go to work, you come and coach, or you're at home with your family, as opposed to where your mindset was when you were using? What's different?
Is the focus is positive. I want to do good stuff, where the other one was just, I wanted to hide stuff. I was using to hide stuff, I just couldn't deal with life. Like, I just couldn't face it. Problems, any problem that come, use on it. Get it off my head. And then, but today, it's positive stuff, just train and just work, like make some money this week, do nice stuff with my family, I'll try and give my kids the best life I can, because I want to make their life better, I live my life now, I hope, through my kids, by giving them stuff or whatever, or my grandson, making the best life, because when it's about me, I'm fucked. If I start living my life for me, because I know, what I mean, I could be using, drinking, but now I live my life through, like, I want to make my grandson happy, my grandkids, and then my kids, and then that keeps me happy. Seeing them makes me happy, one of the biggest bit of research post-pandemic on how you kind of keep the mindset healthy is gratitude, practicing gratitude. I can't believe you just said that, because that is the main. If I would give it to anyone, is gratitude, because when I got clean, it was important. I went to NA, and they said gratitude is the key. Gratitude. It was just drummed into me, and now I get it. I can drive up the street still today, nearly 7 years clean. I'll be driving along normal, and next thing I'll just get this overwhelming, like, rush through my body, and I could cry. Like, I have cried, and once I was driving my grandson back home to my daughter's, and I was just watching him through the mirror. It was night time. I was just watching his little face through the mirror, and he's sucking on his dummy. I'm driving him back, and I just start crying. It's not like that, it's like joy. Like, I've been given a second chance. I've got my little grandson now, and I watch him grow up, and I just feel it, like, all coming out. But it was nice, you know what I mean? It weren't like a sad cry. It was like fucking just joy. Like, I've got my life back. I've got something to live for, and that's the focus. That's what I've got. That's what gets me up every morning to work and to give them a good life. I'm not asked about making loads of money, as long as I've got, because I just fucking spend what I've got anyway to have a good time now with my kid, my grandkids and that. For me, I live for today, and that's it.
Yeah, that's resonated with me. I said on a podcast a few weeks ago, it was one with Kev. Yeah. Those moments where you just see kids, I get it with me, with both my kids, and those moments where you just like, utterly grateful for their life or your opportunity to be their dad, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks, doesn't it?
Yeah, just
And
hits
years
you.
ago I would have just thought, shit, sort yourself out, put the kettle on. But now I just try and sit in that, like, if
Sit in the
enjoy
moment.
like the tears, those happy
Enjoy it. Yeah,
tears,
it's nice, mate. Yeah, enjoy it.
because that's what you've worked for, isn't it? That's the good stuff, and that's vulnerability. That's leaning into it.
Yeah.
There's a cracking book called Daring Greatly to Be Vulnerable by a lady called Brené Brown, an American lass, but she's like a shame specialist and talks about vulnerability and how do you lean into it. And I think if we can lean into it a little bit more, particularly for us as men, we'll start to see the benefits of the vulnerable stuff instead of just running away from it.
Run away, just turn and don't want to talk about it because you think you can't. Get it out there, just talk, It's just, we need to get vulnerable, definitely.
So when we're on these conversations, we have something called the little blackbird worm of wisdom, which is a bit of advice.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give people maybe that are in recovery, trying to get clean, anyone that's just lost their way a little bit? What advice would you give them based on what you know about life?
Advice, just never quit. That's my motto. Like I say to kids in here, myself, like, I just don't quit. Like, I just keep going. Listen, I tried to get clean loads of times, detoxes, got out of prison, and some people try once and didn't do it, and then you give up. Never give up. I just kept going, and look what happened. One day I got it. You only lose when you quit, and I totally believe that. So that's my motto. Just don't quit, because there is a life out there, and one day you just might get it. By just having that hope, and then end up with a good life, or whatever your reason is. You just don't quit, and I really believe in that,
And how important is that snowball effect? Surround yourself by different people, different environments.
It's 100%, like I say, I come in the gym and I met a good person, and then the snowball effect, and then I started work from my other mate who got me into NA, Carl. That snowball effect, he got me a job. I had no work. I started working. He said, I had some labouring work there, so a couple of days. Started working and met a lad on the rendering. Started rendering, and he said, do you want to do some work for me? Got with him, fair play, learnt me, good, he was good, learnt me the rendering. We sort of went our separate ways, still mates, but a bit of this. And then I met another top lad, Nick, who his friendship is just as good as Jamie's, that I love him to bits, he's been there for me, helped me. There's these friendships that I really value, you know what I mean? It's like I said, never had them on the drugs, it was just out to rob each other or whatever, and now I value these, and we've run a rendering business together, and it's doing really well. Snowed out, we've got that much work, don't know what to do, honestly, it's stressed, but I'm grateful for it as well. And I'm in my life, and I'm just meeting new people all the time, and I believe this is just the beginning. I really do think there's loads more to come here. There's more to be unravelled, and I'm just waiting for the default. But I believe if you do good, you get good. I really believe that. You reap what you sow, and that's why I just try and be a good person every day. I don't always get I can be a dickhead. Don't get me wrong. I do, get things wrong, but I'll try and be the best I can every day. That's all I can do, innit? That's all I can do. Yeah.
And how important is goal setting for you? Setting yourself goals.
Goals, it's very important. Like you said, it's not so. In goals, it's like work. So I want to get. So if I do a job, I want to make sure the next one's better than the last one. Keep proving what can I do there, cover that. Take more pride each time in everyone to do, and we are. Everyone's getting better and better. So we're growing there. And in training, like I say, so I've done the boxing, and then I've done the Tough Mudder. And I thought, what's next? So I start training IROCs. So I'm doing that. Then after that, that'll fall like the 10Ks in March or May. Do that, and then a half marathon. I can't see myself doing a full marathon, but you don't know. I might just do it. I've got to do it. Because that's what I'm like, competitive, just drive. I'm very driven now. That my addiction was so negative where I didn't want to do anything. I was lazy. I used to just lie in bed while my missus was putting the fucking bins out, and I was just lying there like some fucking bum. That was all, that's how I felt. I was just let her do everything. And today, I can remember getting clean, and this is a weird thing, right? I come out of rehab. I can remember how proud I felt by washing the dishes. I started washing dishes and putting washing on the line when she was at work. I was like, okay, I'm changing. I've never done this, but I'm enjoying it. And I was growing each time. I was doing dishes. I'd see a sock on the floor, I'd pick it up, put in the wash, but I'd never do that. I'd just leave it. Just that's how I was. And just little things like that started changing me as a person. taking accountability, like you said,
Yeah.
for washing up, moving this, moving that, and I started growing as a person. And then the work coming and this, and that's how I grew. I can remember little things like doing the dishes, putting the washing out, putting the bins out, things I'd fucking never do, you know. And from that I just grew.
Mate, amazing. Thanks for your time, and
No
thanks
worries,
for your
mate.
honesty.
Could have
You
had
said-
more. They could have gone on more. This load. Could have gone on, but we all want to go and get to bed.
Well, you're up rendering in the morning. You've got your day off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wanna, but no, I appreciate it. You said you were an open book, and you were, and I know this will resonate with a lot of people. So thanks.
Top man.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, Dave.
Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed Tackling It Together, brought to you by Little Blackbird. If you did, then please hit the subscribe button. Give us a follow on our socials. Little Blackbird Limited. Also, please give us a like and comments on any thoughts that you may have. Let's get these important topics out there and encourage some meaningful, authentic conversations. See you next time. Cheers, and remember, keep smiling.